we all gather into your room, yes, into your special place of a spiritual communication. Words generated by the thoughts of many, words put together by the minds of many to suit your understandings up to this point in this wonderful journey that you choose to undertake. You choose to dip yourself into a physical existence to benefit your spirit, to benefit the understanding, an understanding that could be brought back to that self, that true self.
There was a choice, was there? It was a choice.
You had many choices before you. Before you choose to take up residence in a physical body, in a physical world. Only you made that decision. Many choices, many choices.
Does that mean it wasn't inevitable? I could have chosen another mode of being.
You could have chosen. You could have. You could have remained as you were, or you could have. You could have chosen to inspire many. You could have chosen to bring your guidance and understanding beam it down into the world of the physical world to help those who are struggling with their lives, unable to find their way through, blinded by their own misunderstandings. You could have helped them from the position that you found yourself at that time. But closer to them all.
Uh-huh.
You always had this urge to help others. You could see others as they had become once they had disconnected from the circle of life, which is forever growing, is forever reaching upwards. Yes, there was a... You were not alone when you joined the physical world. A team had gathered their thoughts together to journey as one. You are but a part of a team. Throughout your life, you have recognized the other members of your team. Some have become friends. Some have become passing acquaintances on your life's journey. But all have recognized each other for a brief moment or a lifetime. This is not unusual. This is something which many on your side have undertaken. They have decided to come as a group, a team. A more beneficial way to grow both on a personal level and in a way to inspire others. We also look at your world. At this point in time, we have chosen to inspire from our side to your side without the necessity to immerse ourselves in a physical lifetime. But a time will come when we will indeed come into your world, join the physical matter, the physical vibration.
Will that be by incarnating or by manifesting physically?
We will join with a physical form. As you yourself have adjoined with a physical form. as a partial entity,
a partial entity,
inhabiting a physical body. A partial, yes, you have...
Meaning I am a fragment of a larger entity.
You have left behind your true self, but you have the interest in the physical world. To understand this true self, there are not so many who walk your earth that have the interest to fully understand their true self. So in that respect, you and several others are somewhat different to all who walk your world.
Meaning I'm part of a minority.
A growing minority.
A growing minority, yeah.
For the physical vibration was losing its way, and a decision was made to introduce minds that would benefit the evolution of your physical world. Minds that could continue to connect with the spiritual vibration, that would not fully let go of the spiritual vibration, giving them that interest, that wanting to know.
So it is our job to facilitate, to inspire in others that interest.
Yes, it is you have chosen to raise the vibration of the physical world.
Yes, it seems that is what our purpose is in forming this group.
Never lose sight of your mission in life. There are so many. There is so much that can distract a physical being when it walks the physical world. We try our best to keep that light shining on those who have chosen raise the vibrations in your earth.
It seems there are many different pathways, many different ways of doing that. I've come across a number of people who've had similar experiences, sort of enlightenment experiences, and then have worked to find ways to share that with others. And the pathways they've chosen, or the ways, have all been slightly different, but they're all motivated by the same goal and that same initial experience of enlightenment.
That motivation remains the same for everyone, but the individual will take it to the next level in their own way, in their own, with their own understanding. They will feel the motivation pressing upon them. They will feel the responsibility, but they will not know fully how to spread, how to help, how to open themselves and allow the love within to spread around your world. But they will achieve this in their own way. Some will do this unnoticed. They will fit into their own part, their own life will take them to the corners of your world, unnoticed by many. Yet the impact they have on the few that they meet will have a greater impact on the overall evolution in your world.
That's interesting. Yeah.
They do not have to get up and shout out from a high platform.
Thank you for that, yes.
That can have a detrimental effect on those who perceive them.
That's interesting. Yes. Why is that? Why could it be that those who stand up on a platform and proselytize or publicize their message, why might that have a detrimental effect on those who hear them?
Because your physical world is not yet ready to accept this form of teaching. They need to feel and see and hear it at their own level, their own level of understanding. They can relate to those who do not, shout, sing and preach. They can relate to those quarter majority of your world. The ordinary person, those that fit in with their own way of thinking. And there are also those who are seen as eccentric people, but the way they live their lives gets the attention of the majority in your world, and they can relate to them, and they can feel the need to do as they do, as the eccentrics do. But they feel uncomfortable, but they enjoy to see the eccentric person letting themselves go, not worried about how others perceive them. These people can get through to the general population of your world. It is if you they are almost tricked into worshipping these people. They do not realize they are doing this. But the message is getting through.
Yeah.
In a strange way.
Yes.
Not a direct way.
Yes. So the eccentric person, in a sense, is embodying or giving permission to be different, to think differently,
Yes.
to be okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a feeling amongst many to remain the same as their neighbor, but at the same time an underlying feeling to be different. But fear will prevent them from truly living their life as they really are. Take that fear away, and you will have a world of eccentric people with not a care in the world. Can you imagine the love that would be generated in a world such as this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look up to those who have cast aside their fears and represented themselves as they truly are. These are the true prophets of your world.
The non-conformists.
have no ego, for they have no fear. Those who put themselves on their own pedestals are still restricted by their fears.
Mm-hmm. They need to be seen and heard.
We heard your opening prayer. We heard your question. How to explain to those? How to explain to those who do not understand? What happens when their physical form is exhausted? Those who are nearing what you understand as death, how can you help these people? How can you help them to lose the fear of death? We have told you before how at the point of death it becomes apparent that your physical life has been nothing but a dream. We would like to expand on this, for we can feel your need to help, your need to heal, for spreading knowledge is a way of healing those who are fearful at the upcoming event, which to them is known as death.
Yes.
You can explain to them that they are not going to a distant place. They are not about to set out on a new, unknown journey. For this is what can cause the fear in their mind. Going into the unknown, shifting their awareness from a state of familiarity to that of complete confusion in a place where nothing is recognized. But you can help them understanding where they are now, for they are not moving, they are. They are about to recognize an understanding that they have had all along, but was shielded from it. At the point when the physical body is finally severed from the mind, then the eyes are opened. The true eyes are opened, and they will see something which they already understood. They will immediately realize why they had the physical life that they have just accomplished. They will understand what made them what they were.
Are there things that we can do to make it easier for them to make this transition after death has been recognized and the body is still lying there? Does it make a difference if that body is moved or if organs are removed straight away? Or does it, as the Tibetans have suggested, benefit the spirit to leave the body untouched for a while the process of reorientation continues?
Once the mind has severed from the physical body, there is nothing that can be done to that physical body which will affect the mind that has left it.
Okay. Is that separation then usually what is identified with at the point, when doctors or medics recognise the point of death with the last breath? When the brain and the heart activity stops, what is recognised as clinical death? Is that transition then usually complete?
When the spirit leaves the physical body, the point at which the spirit leaves the physical body is for the spirit the point where it is no longer a part of the physical world, but the physical body, from the perspective of those who still inhabit the physical world, may appear to be still living. For the physical world is life.
I understand, yes.
Life as you know it in a physical world still goes on. Life as you know it in a spiritual world
shifting.
that inhabited the physical body,
Has shifted now.
yes, is now in the spiritual world.
Okay, so it can be like with people who have dementia. It can be that the physical body still may have some semblance of being alive, but the spirit has actually separated.
As the time of death becomes closer,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the spirit will partially withdraw,
Mm-hmm.
but it is only when the spirit has fully withdrawn from the physical body
That death is.
that the awareness is in the spiritual world.
100%.
Fully, yes.
Mm.
For as you understand it, even now you can experience the spiritual world, but you are not at the point of death.
Similarly, though, somebody whose body is dead and buried, as it were, can still feel that they're inhabiting the physical world, where we have ghosts. Is that the case? So a spirit can still feel attached to the physical world. Not.
You are approaching this from your own perception, from the perception of the physical to the spiritual, from the spiritual to the physical. It does not work in the same way.
Okay. So what we see as a ghost or a part, is that just a part of the spirit that is a fragment that has chosen to linger?
This is something which we can address in another session, for it is a huge subject.
Okay, thank you, yes.
But understand that while you are a part of the physical world, while you are plugged into the physical world, you will perceive in a physical way, and you will build up beliefs, and you will listen to stories told by others of their own perceptions. You are partially true in your understanding, but there is so much more to be discussed, to be learned from this.
Yeah. We've got smatterings of truth.
Yes. And you will, until you fully withdraw from the physical world. Then, and only then, will you fully understand.
From what you've said, if I understand correctly, if somebody wanted to donate their organs on death, it won't affect their transition. You know, once the body has died, it won't hold their spirit back in any way, the body being tampered with.
Again, this is a physical perception.
I ask this because I know that some relatives some people are very wary of the idea of donating their organs because of this, but some relatives may be quite upset at the thought of a person's physical organs being taken from their body quite soon after they die, because they may feel that it disturbs or damages the successful passing of the spirit.
Understand that it does not in any way affect the passing of the spirit to our world.
That's very useful information and very important to hear that. Thank you.
Encourage them to use the physical organs as soon as is possible, and it will benefit the life of who will receive that organ. Yes. Do not let your beliefs cloud the way you operate in a physical world. Think again about how you go from a dreaming state when you wake up, and you will see how laughable it is to us to think that you could hold up the passage of the spirit by what you do with the physical body after it has been severed from the mind of the individual. For you, when you awake, you come from your dream world. What carries on in that dream world will not have an effect on your physical world. Now, the time has come. We are losing our link with you.
Okay.
We have given you something more to think about, and for that we are happy.
Thank you, friend. Yes.
We have reached the end of the available energies of transmission. But we have time to give to you a piece of our love. A piece of love from spirit to physical vibration that will help in your understanding and your journey to help others, those who walk your pathway, who live their own lives, but are also connected to you.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. May God bless you all. We look forward to joining you at the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, friend. Good night and God bless you all.